Hey guys, Mike at SB Reef Lights, and I want to take a quick minute to introduce our newest product member to our line. This is the sFlare Reef Flashlight, and I'm going to walk you through a couple things about it. Some things make it better than our competitors. The retail price right now for this will be $39.95, and that's shipped to the US with a 1-year warranty. So to start with, this is the flashlight here. It is a anodized aluminum body, so no chance of rust. Very durable. Thing's built like a tank, nice and solid. It is going to come with a rechargeable battery. It also comes with the wall charger, and this is for USA only at the moment, although I'm sure if you really wanted it overseas you could, and just use an adapter. Also comes with a tripod, clip to hook it to the tripod. And then if you look at the battery itself, this is kind of cool. It's a lithium ion 3.7 volt, and it's a BRC 18650. And what's cool about this is the 4200 mAh. This thing, it's got a ton of reserve and a ton of power. This is a pretty serious battery. May not be able to tell from the picture. You think maybe it looks kind of like a AA battery. No, this thing's like twice as thick and a good bit longer. This is a pretty serious battery. It's going to last you quite a while. And then the unit itself, when we look at this, we've got an O-ring at every junction and 2 at the last junction. So there's an O-ring between the on-off switch right here. There's another one here before the main body goes on. And then there's one below the reflector, and then there's also one between the glass and the front lip. So not 100% waterproof, but water resistant. I put it in my tank underwater, no problems. I've got a pretty big tank, so sometimes it helps for me to actually reach in with the light to shine somewhere so someone else can look in a nook or cranny to see if I've got a bristleworm or whatever else I might be looking for. But I can't say it's waterproof because someone will take me at my word and go diving with it at 10 meters or something like that. So, but for all intents and purposes, if you drop it in the tank, you're going to be able to pull it out and there's not going to be any problems. Just rinse it off. So what's the purpose of this? Well, a couple things you can do with these flashlights. One, when you go to frag swaps and you want to know what corals are going to look like under your lights, this has a Cree 450 nanometer high-powered diode in here. And so it's on the same wavelength as our SB Reef lights on the blue channel, although not having the 420. So it's going to make corals look very much like they would look like under the blue channel in your tank. You can also use these for viewing your fish at night without disturbing them. And then finally, really, this is the best thing for me, is looking for pests. You can take a look at acros at night, and it's plenty bright enough to see if there's little guys crawling around on them, whether it's red bugs or acro-eating flatworms or whatever else it might be. And I also find it pretty useful if you own zoas. One of the last things you want to see is a zoa eating nudibranch. And one of the nice things about those is that whatever zoa they're eating, the nudibranch will actually glow that color. So you come down the middle of the night, your zoas are all closed up, and you can shine this flashlight on them, and they'll pop. You'll see them right away and be able to pull them off, hopefully, or at least know which corals to pull out and dip and do whatever else you need to do with. So again, anodized aluminum body, very, very tough built. Recharger, lithium battery, comes with a tripod. So let me show you how the tripod works real quick. Okay, so here's the tripod. It's got flexible legs, so you can get pretty much any angle you want. The top pivots as well, and so it's got a wing nut here that you can loosen, and it's a rotating ball. Get the angle that you want, tighten it down, and then you grab the clip, and that simply screws onto the top. And then once you got it on there nice and tight, the flashlight simply clips right in there. And at that point, you are good to go. So if you want to do some hands-free coral viewing, for example, if you've got a frag tank and you're trying to see if you got pests on there at night, so you use this from the side, point it down into the light, and then you can move your corals through one at a time to take a look at them and spin them around, do whatever you want. So just kind of a cool thing to have the tripod thrown in for free. So let me also show you now the different modes. All right, so now I'm going to show you the power of this guy and the different modes. So to start with, you've got mode 1, and I've got the lights on so it'll be a little hard to see, but you've got a lot of power, a big area of coverage. If you click it again, you get a 1/3 less power, 1/3 less, and then finally you get a flashing fast and a flashing slow. So those flashes would be good for finding each other at a frag swap. You can do the Morse code thing. Actually, that's for if someone actually wanted to take one of these diving or use it as a signal light for other purposes in reefing. But it's still kind of cool to have it on there and play with. Now you notice I got a little silver guy here. I've had this for a while. This is one of our competitors, and I really like it. It's well built, does a great job. The color of the actual diode is a little bit off. It's a little bit lower wavelength, which tends to make things glow in a different way. You get more green and yellow, but you get a lot less of the pink and orange glows. So not really as representative of what you'll see in your tank. Also, this one only has 2 power levels. You've got full power, half power, and then you've got a fast flash, and you're back to full power. So that's it. So on this one here, we've got 2 power levels and 1 flash. And on ours, you've got 3 power levels, 2 flash modes, and you have a rechargeable battery versus 3 AAAs. And I use this a lot. I look at my tank almost every night, and it eats batteries up pretty quick when you use it all the time. So having the rechargeable battery is kind of a cool thing. On top of that, let's look at a comparison of just how powerful the difference is between these two. All right, so we're looking out my garage at my truck. It's about 20 feet away, and this is the competitor's light on full blast. So pretty bright. You can kind of see what's going on. Of course, it's a blue light on a silver truck, but and if you look across the way, you can just kind of make out my neighbor's house across the way there. Not real well, but you can see it's there. And that's that one. Now let's check out our light by comparison, and you can see immediately how much more bright it is. It's going to light up a lot larger area of the tank, and it still has that nice hot spot in the center, so if you want to really focus in on something, you can. And then when you look at the neighbor across the way, you can actually see that house. This thing's got a ton of power. I can't even tell you how much. The camera just doesn't do it justice. And yet, it's subtle enough that you're not going to wake everything in the tank up, and you're going to get to see what the corals look like pretty well. Okay, so now we're at the frag tank, and I've got the competitor light first, and just want to show you, it's kind of hard to tell. When you're looking at it, the camera's not picking up the color as well as we like. Obviously, it's just a Note 5. But you can see with the competitors, you can see the glow. You get some pretty decent color rendition. I've got a piece here. Where is it here? It's got some purple, green, and pink. And get this thing to focus a little better. Fighting trying to do this at one hand and do the other. There we go. Hey, look, now it's focused. Okay, and so if I'm just barely on it, you can kind of see there's the green, there's the pink, and then the purple, and then it's just too saturated for the phone. So that's the competitor's light. Now let's see how ours looks by comparison. And you can see right away the difference in the color. I mean, it just really pulls it out. Of course, it's so bright if I get right on it, you're not going to see it. But look how much more area it's lighting up. The whole tank almost can be seen now. So that's going to be a lot nicer, especially for those of you that own bigger tanks, to really see what's going on. And some pretty good color rendition. Let's try this and turn the ISO down a little bit. Let's see if I can get it to not look quite so bright so you can see the color better. Here we go. And it's still a little too bright even with the ISO down. But with the naked eye, trust me, it's pretty incredible. You can really see the glow on different corals. You can see oranges and pinks. And when you use the competitors, you don't really see as much of the color. Boy, look how much dimmer that is by comparison. Let me turn the ISO back up. There we go. Again, trying to get to focus. There we go. So the greens show up really well, the yellows, but the pinks and oranges and reds not quite as well. So again, that's the difference between the two. And it really is night and day difference. So for $39.95 shipped, you're getting a 1-year warranty, anodized aluminum body, a rechargeable battery that is a monster. You get the tripod as well. And of course the 450 nanometer Cree diode in there, tons of power, 3 different power levels as well as the 2 different flashing levels. So again, guys, I appreciate you looking. Find it at sbreeflights.com. And as a grand finale, let's go ahead and throw this sucker down underneath the water. And as you can see, no problems, light's going to work. And I'll just pull it off, shake it off, and it is good to go for another day. That's it. Thanks guys for watching.